If you're a YouTube junkie like me and love to watch the RV YouTube channels and see what they're doing with their videos, one of the reoccurring themes is that they've sold everything to go RVing full time. Well, this is going to be a little analysis of that decision, and it hopefully gives you a moment to stop and think before you jump in both feet. Let's start off with a simple analysis, looking at the value of a rolling stock and the value of your sticks and bricks. Time for a disclosure. I am not a CPA. I am not a financial counselor. I'm not an asset manager. I'm not anything with a credential or a diploma that provides me the ability to claim being an expert. All I am is an old hillbilly with common sense. And I'm going to impart that to you today. Do what you will with it, but remember, nothing supplants your own investigation with your own facts and figures. All right, let's get some assumptions out of the way. First of all, we're going to assume that we, you and I, or us or them, have purchased a house 10 years ago for $210,000, which is about the average asking price. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square foot with a double-car garage. We paid $210,000 for it, putting 20% down and financing the rest for 30 years at 8% interest. Like everybody else, we refinanced that when interest rates dropped. We got a 2% loan for 30 years. That made our monthly payments $621 per month. You happen to be living in the greater LA area. I'm sorry, but that's one of the areas I'm more familiar with, so we're going to use that as the example. You're going to buy, or looking to buy or finance, a tow vehicle, probably an F450, and a fifth wheel. Let's go ahead and set up our charts. Value will be on this side, and time will be on this side. Very top, $200K. And falling to 175. $150, $125, $100, $75, $50, $25K, and then 0. For time, it would be 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, today, then going up on the other side, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 years. Alright, this is a simple chart showing the value of an F-450 Ford tow vehicle, starting off at $125,000. As we go back in time, over 10 years, that same F-450 is 10 years old, is worth about $65,000 to $70,000. Using that as a progression, we go forward in time 10 years until we reach the same conclusion around $50,000 in a 10-year time. So what do? Do you sell everything out, take the $425,000 and reinvest it in the new RV and tow vehicle? Or you decide to keep the residence and rent it out? Good news, if you decide to rent it out, the current rental market is $4,000 per month for our house. And with a debt service of still of $621, that leaves $3,379 coming to us each month. If you figure that on a yearly basis, that's over $40,500 a year, or $111 per day the next whenever. One of the drawbacks is the recent pandemic with COVID, and if our tenants lost their job because of COVID, then they can forbear paying their rent until this pandemic is over. For that reason, and a million other ones, I recommend having at least 6 months to 1 year of your debt service in the bank, just in case. Let's go back to the question. Is it better to sell everything out and buy the motorhome and tow vehicle, or is it better to keep the sticks and bricks and rent it out, getting a monthly income? Well, we've seen what happens when we sell everything out and take our equity and buy the motorhome. That $155,000, poof, up in smoke. If we hold on for the next 10 years. So just as a clarification, if we go ahead and refinance for the full $425,000 at 2% interest for 30 years, that gives us a monthly payment of $1,571. Then, on top of that, we have our $18,000 at 5% for the next 15 years. That's $142,000, or a total outgo of $1,713.20. But remember, we've got $3,379 coming in every month. So, once we pay off our two mortgages, or pay down our two mortgages with monthly payments, that means we have an income of $1,665.80 every month. Not bad for sitting in an RV park, huh? I realize that all this information I've given you is coming at you fast and furiously, kind of like trying to get a drink from a fire hose. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a step back, slow down, and go over it again. If you have any questions, drop me a line. I'll be more than happy to spend my time to see what I can do for you. Thank you. So our first thing is to establish what is the call of the question. And the call of the question is it financially sound to cash out of your sticks and bricks in order to facilitate the purchase of your new RV lifestyle? Or is it better to keep your sticks and bricks and rent it out, achieving a monthly income? Selling out, cashing in, getting rid of that real estate and moving it all into rolling stock. Well, there are pros and cons of doing that. From the example we've used before, we've got a lot of equity in the house we bought 10 years ago. And we can take that equity to lessen the impact of that $270,000 purchase price of our tow vehicle and fifth wheel. The major detriment in cashing out and investing that whole nest egg into that RV is rolling stock, the tow vehicle, and the fifth wheel precipitously decline in value from the first day we drive it off the lot. And to recapture any of that is going to be a difficult thing to do. I've had a few friends tell me that selling out of their sticks and bricks, investing it all into their mobile home lifestyle, that they were doing nothing but taking cash and throwing it on a bonfire because it's all disappeared. They didn't know what to do. But then again, taking all that equity and putting it into your RV does reduce your monthly nut you're going to need to crack. A decrease in outgo could be a good thing, especially now that you're on the road and have to fend for yourself in finding a mobile job. So that's one of the benefits of cashing out. On the other side, if you decide to keep your sticks and bricks and rent it out, you're going to be taking advantage of the appreciation in value. As we've seen by the chart, for the last 10 years, real estate has gone up in value. That doesn't say that it's going to continue to do that, but there's a good chance it has. I don't know anybody that's willing to sell you their sticks and bricks at a price at which they purchased it at. To give you an example, just in the last year in the Southern California area, the value of real estate has gone up by 25%. One quarter of last year's value has gone up in value just because of pent-up demand. The other problem with sticks and bricks is you're going to have to maintain your mortgage, you're going to have to maintain upkeep on the property, and you got the good old property taxes you need to keep on paying. And one of the big drawbacks is if you're going to continue to rent out your house and you need something to help as a down payment on your new RV lifestyle. We'll be talking about that in just a second. Remember, your original purchase price 10 years ago was $210,000. Again, that was an average price for your size home, or the size of home we've been talking about. And now today, that same home has almost doubled in value to $425,000. That's a pretty good chunk of equity in there, and we could utilize that. Now, if you don't own real estate and you've been renting all this time, then it doesn't really matter how much in debt you go to buy your new RV. At least you're purchasing something. My old mother used to say, rent receipts never provide anything. Going into real estate, purchasing something, waiting over time, it's gone up. And we're going to reap the value of doing that. And just because you decide to rent out your sticks and bricks doesn't mean you're going to derail your down payment on your new RV lifestyle. Let's take a look at that. Purchase your new RV lifestyle, that's a tow vehicle and your fifth wheel, at an approximate value of $275,000. You're going to need at least 20% of that as initial investment. That turns out to be about $55,000. Now, if we refinance our sticks and bricks, we can pull a cash out refinance and gain that money to help the down payment of our new lifestyle. That turns out to be about $55,000. Now, if we refinance our sticks and bricks, we can pull a cash out refinance and gain that money to help the down payment of our new lifestyle. That brings our new mortgage amount on our sticks and bricks to $223,000. If we refinance at today's rates, that's 2% interest for 30 years. That increases our monthly outgo to $824.30. Then, using our $55,000 cash out, we put that as a down payment against our tow vehicle and fifth wheel. With a purchase price of $275,000 minus the $55,000, we're looking at $220,000. Now, interest rates are a little bit higher on rolling stock. Right today, it's at 5%. And if we get that 5% for 20 years, that means our monthly payment on our rolling stock is going to be $1,452. If you add that to what our new sticks and bricks loan is, that means we have to come up with $2,276.30 just principal and interest every month to afford this new lifestyle. But remember, all is not lost yet. We're still collecting a monthly rental fee, and that is the exorbitant sum of $4,000. Yeah, I was pretty amazed at that. $4,000. It used to be 10, 20 years ago, if you were looking to rent a piece of property, they were looking at that you could afford only 20% of your monthly income in rent. Now, when they go ahead and look at your rental income, looks at your ability to rent, that's gone up as high as 50% of your income can go to rent. It's amazing, isn't it? So now we have $4,000 coming in. $4,000 minus $2,276.30. Well, that means every month we can spend $1,723.70. That's a little bit over $20,000 a year just by renting out our property and pulling out a new mortgage. Now, we've covered a lot of the pros and cons of selling out and keeping our sticks and bricks. It's up to you to make an investigation of what's best for you. Your market may not be as expensive as Southern California. Your market may be completely different or could even be in better shape. That's up to you to find that out and make that decision. Remember, the only reason I'm doing this is I'm an old mountaineer wandering around in life just giving out common sense. I have no degrees, diplomas, or special training about any of this. It's just a mountaineer with a calculator. If you enjoyed what I like, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.